Okay, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. And now for my next guest, Daniel. Daniel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Daniel Holder. I'm from London, England. My mother's from North Carolina, from Greensboro, and my dad's from Barbados. They met at school in Huntsville, Alabama, where I live now.
Nice. Nice. Um, how do you identify racially and ethnically?
I'm black.
Black. Okay. Okay. That works
Yeah.
for me.
I don't. I
Um,
don't. I don't really like. You know, people talk about being foundational American and stuff.
mm.
I don't really like those arguments.
I haven't heard that argument. I think I'm pretty blessed to have missed it. I don't know what a foundational American is. Is it like a WASP?
What's a wasp?
A white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
I
With the
thought so.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think it would be exactly the opposite of a wasp. It's a black person whose lineage is from slavery and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a black argument.
So they're saying that they're foundational Americans? Is
Well,
that
you know, when people have the discussion about reparations, they want
yeah.
to differentiate between the Jamaicans, the Africans, and the other immigrants, and they're calling themselves foundational Americans because they've been here.
Built the
Yeah,
foundation of America. Wow.
yeah.
I
I don't really pay attention to it too much, so maybe saying it wrong. But yeah, I just think there's so much culture across the world, and I don't like to, negate from other people's culture. It doesn't
yeah.
make them any less black.
No. Yeah. I recently I talked with this guy and we're already off topic, but I talked with this guy in South Africa and he was explaining what the diaspora meant like to Africans. And I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." So all of the do you know what diaspora means? Cuz
I
I did
I
not.
do.
Okay, perfect. So I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." But now to hear like division in the diaspora because of America specifically is I don't know. That makes me a bit sad.
So
And it's
let me
all
take us
about
even
me.
further off topic.
Huh?
Let me take us even further off topic. Have you
Let's
read
go.
Trevor Noah's book,
Which one?
Born a Crime?
No. Did I? Let's see. I listened to one of his books.
Well, I think he's only got one.
Then yes, I have listened to it. This looks familiar.
The one about his childhood where his mother got shot.
Maybe I didn't listen as much as I wanted to. Yeah, let's revisit that one.
And
Yeah. Go ahead.
now I just spoiled it.
No, tell me the rest. Tell me the rest.
Well, it's so the book's called Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, and his dad was white and his mom was black, and it was illegal for them to have children together.
Yeah.
So when they walked, he would pretend that his dad was a guy and his mom was a servant, and he was just yeah. So and
Mm.
it's really interesting, and it gave a really good insight to life in South Africa.
I see. I definitely need to read that book
And
then.
it's probably it's best. I really enjoyed it more. I bought it on Audible, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of words like he speaks Xhosa, and there's a lot of words that he speaks like seven languages. So
Okay.
there's a lot of words that when you read them you'll be just confused, but when you listen to the audiobook he says it.
Okay. Audiobook it is then. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was great. Okay, I'm gonna try and bring us back on topic, but no worries if we drift off again. Uh, so please tell me and the audience here, how do you feel about your name? Tell me about it.
um I love my name. When I was little, I remember my mom used to we used to climb trees, and I just remember sitting in the top of a tree, and her telling me that my name means God is my judge, and so that means I shouldn't ever be worried about what other people think of me. I only have to answer to God, and that was probably the worst thing she could tell me because now I don't care.
That's funny. So are you a spiritual person, or are your parents spiritual?
So my dad was a pastor.
Uh-huh.
My mother was a bibliophile, so she read all this time, and we just talk about what we read together.
Yeah.
I went to school to get my master's in divinity. I was supposed to be a chaplain in the Air Force.
Okay. And the Air Force that's a good detail. Okay, go on.
Yeah, but some family stuff happened and I had to drop out. So now I'm burdened with useless knowledge.
No, yeah, we could talk Bible too. So why I guess, like, do you think that your name being Daniel probably influenced that part, or was it more so that your father was, did you say a pastor, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was probably more of my father. My father was my first role model, like, but because like we were close, like he had a lot of problems being a pastor, working for the church. So I
Mhm.
determined that I never wanted to be a pastor or work for the church. I went to school for accounting, and I didn't pursue my master's in divinity until after he died.
Wow. Was it inspired by that? Did you feel like it would, like, a kinship there?
Well, I've always been like spiritual. I love the Bible. I love the Bible, but I don't like church. And I was really excited to find out that I could study the Bible and exercise my Bible knowledge, but not work for the church, but work for the Air Force.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited about that, but now I'm actually glad that it didn't work out.
Yeah. Okay. What was I going to ask you? Did you grow up in the church?
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I grew up in the church, but who? I think it's County Cullen. He writes a poem called "We Wear a Mask." Is it County Cullen? Like
County with a C or with a K?
County with the C, County Cullen, I believe. Like I was, I was just, I was just really good at like playing the church game.
Yeah.
I'd like come inside the church, smile, say happy Sabbath to all the older people, then
Mhm.
go outside and rub people.
Mhm.
People don't really care like how you're really doing in church. They just want you to say you're good,
Yeah.
and then you can like you can just continue whatever dirt you're doing, just as long as you don't involve them.
Yeah. And when you walk into church, you're sanctified. When you walk out of church, you've
Yeah,
already heard the word and got a benediction. So you're good
yeah,
to go. Yeah.
yeah.
So tell me about your name in the Bible.
So, um, one thing I found out about my name that I really found was interesting. So, Daniel obviously my name is Daniel.
Mhm.
So the end of Daniel is L, and L means it usually means son of God. So Daniel is a son of God. Ezekiel is a son of God. Gabriel was a son
Mm.
of God. So I was reading the book of Enoch the other
Yeah.
day.
In
And
the Apocrypha, is that right? Apocrypha.
uh, no, I just put it on Google and got the PDF.
Got it. Perfect. Okay, yeah.
That's cheaper. But in one part it talks about the like in Ezekiel talks about the sons of God that came down and married the daughters of men, and they kept on like telling men the secrets of like technology,
Yeah.
astrology, like the secrets of the stars, and all that stuff. And it's interesting that all the people were their names all ended with L, and Ezekiel and Daniel were some of them.
I never knew that. Words are failing me right now, like the post syllable of a word, or like the root of that being like son of God. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know that, and I did not connect Ezekiel at all. I have another question. Yeah.
Before you go to your other question, I just thought it was really interesting that Ezekiel was in Enoch. He's connected to the stars and the heavens or whatever, and UFOs and stuff.
Mhm.
And I just find it interesting that one of the prophecies that Ezekiel does is about the whale inside in the air. So
Yeah.
even in his book, like the things he's talking about seem connected to Enoch. It may not be, but I mean,
I think that they are. So this is okay. So how to say this? I went through the Potter's House School of Ministry. And
uh-huh.
so I did 2 years of like Bible deep in depth, like spirituality, and then first or New and Old Testament, and then like what we learn and do a sermon. So I have always had a fascination with names in the Bible and how they're repeated and like how the lineage retells them, because they're still popular names after the Old Testament has been like, that's not a good dude. That's not.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
good. Not a great dude. So I always find it so interesting with names in the Bible. And then the L at the end is like super, that just took me out.
yeah. Gabriel, Michael, Daniel, Ezekiel.
It's the sound. It's not the spelling, it's the sound. It's not IEL, it's
No,
L.
no, so the L at the end of the thing, I think that means Elohim.
Oh.
Um,
The EL is Elohim.
EL for
Yeah.
Elohim, and it just means they're the sons of Elohim. They're the sons of Elohim. So that's what their names are rooted in.
That made so much that clicked. That clicked. That made so much sense to me. I don't know if we're going through like your divinity training, but this is fun for me. So
Well,
anything, well, yeah. Something
yeah.
else you want to share about the Bible before we get back into
No,
the
so
script?
I didn't learn that in my divinity training. This is me going off and studying by myself, and I really feel that like people pay all this money for training, and you can just go to Amazon
Yeah. Yeah.
or Google it.
Oh my gosh. I paid for it because I want, well, first of all, it was like $50 a semester. So paid for it is relative.
Yeah,
Um, but I wanted to read the Bible for myself.
yeah,
And so I figured like a structured program was the best way for me to do it.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So who chose your name?
Um, they say my dad chose my name, but my mom asked my dad what my name would be, and he's like, "What's wrong with his head?"
What?
His name's gonna be Daniel. I guess because, like, you know what, when babies are born, their head be messed up.
It's
I was the first one, so he was like,
so you didn't know.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. That's a crazy transition, but it got you to Daniel. So cool. Could you share why it was chosen besides the shape head? Was there any like biblical influence, or was it just like this looks like a Daniel?
So my mom said she introduced it to him because in the United States, Daniel's not that popular a name.
Mm-hmm.
At least it wasn't as much then. In England, however, everyone's name was Daniel. Like when I was in class growing up, I've never been in a classroom where there weren't two other Daniels. So it might be popular here, but it's extremely popular there. And it's so popular, like, you know, dudes be lying about their name, like, but they don't tell you they're gonna lie about their name until they've actually lied about it, and you're like, but they always say their name's Daniel because Daniel's the most popular name. And I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to say?
That's silly. Who lies about their name? Maybe I don't know.
You
But
know, like when the police ask you what your name is, and you're like, oh yeah, it's
Oh, because it's the most popular name. Yeah, they'll never know.
Yeah.
I see the
It's
logic.
like saying your name's Muhammad. Like they can't. No one's
Who
gonna,
would? Yeah, it's like me saying Ashley. I mean, you'll be there forever. Yeah.
yeah.
So I just looked it up. Daniel is the 16th most popular name in America, but that was like 2024 statistics. Obviously, we're not done with 2025, but it's been growing. It's consistently ranking in the top 20, is what it says.
Yeah, I'm sure it changes all the time. Like Devante had to be up there
For sure.
at one point in time.
Yes, I do. I know. Do you know a Devante? Because I would like to ask him some questions.
No, I stay away from them.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll see who I can find. Cool. Do you know what you were almost named?
No.
Daniel was the only name that your parents had or your dad had?
That's it. Well, that I wasn't there, so I can only go. I can only go by the stories that I was told, and I feel like when you have a child, you make up the stories and just stick with them.
Because they do have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to know. Okay. Growing up, how did you feel about your name, especially since it was so popular?
Well, I was always the only Black Daniel, and it really like I always knew that like when it came to get a job, I would be competing against them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always had to be better. So never being the only Daniel just reminded me that like, yeah, I gotta be the best Daniel up in this class, every class.
That's so interesting. So did they how did you decipher between the Daniels in class? Was it last name? Was there a nickname? What did y'all do?
I just stayed away. Well, they were always white Daniels, so I stayed in the other side of the classroom from them. Like
What?
most of the only time they're mentioning our name is when we were getting in trouble.
Oh wow. So not like roll or anything? Like if you had a sub?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I guess then too.
Yeah. So was it Daniel Holder and Daniel Jacobs?
But we have different last names and roles go by last names. So we would always be in different places.
Have you met any other Holders that you weren't related to?
Yeah.
Huh.
But however, I wasn't related to them, but all the Holders I've met are Caribbean, and I really like. So my dad, when he came to take me to college, he went to New York, and he met a dude that said he was his brother. My dad, his granddad, just Caribbean.
Rolling Stone. Yeah, yeah.
I think there's Holders ever, and I think we're all related.
Okay, I get it. Just
there's Trinidadian Holders, Bermudian Holders, Barbados Holders, Jamaican Holders.
And you said that your father is from
Barbados.
Barbados.
Correct.
So where did you grow up? Like you grew up in the UK? In where?
London, England.
Okay.
Yes. I came to Alabama when I was 18 to go to university.
So you didn't grow up here at all?
No.
What do you think about our education?
Oh, education is terrible. So when I was in England, I failed every class. I got D's and C's. But then when I came here, I was on Dean's list, and I was like, I like it here. I can deal with this.
So Dean's List is crazy because you could have just been on the honor roll, but no, Dean's
No,
List.
I was on Dean's List. That's why I got my full scholarship tuition.
Wow. Okay, guys, you heard it here first. Oregon. Yeah. Transfer out and then come back in, and you'll be smarter for it.
However, it's also very violent in England, so you may not survive.
Okay. I didn't know that one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got sent here, because I was very violent.
And you excelled here. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? If you're in university, like that's your job.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So are there any nicknames that you've developed in childhood that still stick today?
Not in so in childhood, my friends used to call me the Sandpack Kid because he was just a yellow boy on the Sandpack commercial, peanut butter commercial with a big smile.
Okay.
Make that look like him, and that's very rude, and I'm offended. Over here, so I went to 5 universities before I graduated in undergrad, and in every university, everyone came up with the same nickname. They were like, "We're gonna call you London." Yeah, that's a very
London.
They all came up with the same nickname.
London. How do you feel about it?
London?
Yeah.
Well, London's he's dead now because I'm an adult now. I have kids, so.
Daniel.
I'm Daniel. I don't know that London guy.
London died in that last year
peace.
of undergrad? May he rest in peace. Good times with London. Yeah. So tell me, not to make if it's like a harsh memory, but what did you do in London when they called you the nickname that you didn't like? Did you answer to it? Was it like in jest?
Yeah, it was in jest. I mean, kids are horrible. Yeah. Like, there's nothing you can do.
No, you're not changing that nickname.
People like, Sandpack Kid, your food's ready, and you're like, oh, I do want that food.
Yeah, you're not gonna not eat. They're talking to you.
I just say thank you.
Oh, that's interesting about identity too. I want to break that down.
What's that?
The name that you're called, but you're forced to answer to. Like it's not quite your name. Did you ever read Bud Not Buddy?
No, I don't. No, the only Buddy I know is the elf.
Buddy, like the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I never watched it. So.
that movie is great.
Okay. It is Christmas time too. Maybe I'll watch it. Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
Okay. So I think it's interesting. Well, Bud Not Buddy was a book that they kind of shoved down our throats because it was a Black kid. So like middle school, 6th grade, it was like, you need to read this book and you guys are going to love this because Buddy is actually Black and it's actually Bud. But still, not the point. But anyway.
It sounds like it's a Black kid, but written by a white author.
Probably. That's something I didn't even connect. I don't know if I want to destroy that memory for me yet.
Because all the Black books written by Black authors are banned.
Yes. Gosh. What a time we're in. What a time. I'm going to look up Bud Not Buddy later and see if it's written by a white author because that would kind of take my day down. So I'm just not going to think about it. Okay. Have you met someone with a different spelling variation of your name, but still Daniel?
No. Well, I have a cousin named Daniela.
Okay. Do you know if she had a similar story? Or is it like a father, like her father's name was Daniel, and so they...
No, her mother is my dad's sister. So to be honest, I probably got named after her.
Oh.
but I was never told that story. I just put that together just now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just my older cousin. Her name's Daniela.
That's pretty cool. And the sibling thing is also very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've already said that your identity with your nicknames has changed over time. And it seems like your identity with your actual name has changed over time since you've moved because you were one of two Daniels in the class, the only Black Daniel that you had met in London. But coming to America, have you met more Black Daniels? Do you see them?
I think so. Well, I mean, I guess there are a few Black Daniels. I don't really meet many not Black people.
Yeah. You
Uh,
don't meet many non-Black people? Is that what you said?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess most of the Daniels I meet are Black.
That's interesting to study in America. I didn't realize that Daniel would be such a non-Black name in London. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the area, but
Yeah,
it
maybe.
seems, yeah,
And usually it depends, the characters on TV at that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And since it's religious, I don't think Daniel's going anywhere anytime soon. So maybe in the year 2059, there will still be Daniels born.
Yeah. I mean, even though, like, with religious names, like, I just be like, you must not have read the Bible with the names that are popular. Like, with so many people named David. I'm like, you must not have read that for real.
That's how I feel about Saul.
Yeah.
Well, Saul in the Old Testament, but then Saul changed to Paul in the New Testament. Why did
Yeah.
your parents name you after a failed king?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And my theory on that is I think his failure was more textual.
Hmm.
And I think that so like Saul was from the smallest tribe of Israel.
Benjamin, right?
Benjamin.
Benjamin, yep.
But David was from the largest. So this Judah was the size of all the other tribes combined.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like more political for them to have someone representing them from their tribe.
Okay. I think this is the context that I didn't get in that class, but this makes a lot of sense.
I can't remember the question, but sorry.
Which question?
I don't know what question I was asking. I know that had nothing to do with it. I know I just took you off topic again.
No, it's great. This does still have to do with names because I've always wondered, like, why you would name your child Saul, like almost people who name their children Lucifer. It's like, what part of the Bible did you stop at?
Have you ever met Lucifer?
I haven't, but there are Lucifers.
Yeah, I connect that name with Lucy because I mean, in my mind, that's what Lucy is short for. Like, why would you call her Lucy?
Lucy is short for, huh?
In my mind, I don't know.
Okay.
Like when I hear someone named Lucy, I just think Lucifer.
Really?
I mean, Lucy.
I love Lucy is where I go.
Lucifer is spelled with a L-U-C, so is Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that name evolve over time is really interesting because, again, the way that we play history, it's told by the victor, so the other stories don't get any shine.
Yeah.
Lucy could be a derivative from Lucifer.
And I'm sure it had something to do with people not wanting female children, but
there's so much layers here. Wow.
Yeah.
I know we're just riffing, but this is blowing my mind. I hadn't thought about the Bible like in that contextual way, and then realizing that people definitely change and alter it to fit their perspective or their story. So somewhere in those medieval ages that I'm not even sure that could have been a derivative. Also, I don't know if Lucy is a biblical name or if it will tell me that it is. Someone has already searched this. Nope. Lucia. Lucy is
Lucy is
an English Latin form of the name Lucia, meaning light. Lucy, if you're listening, come on the podcast.
I am. So my favorite prophet in the Bible. Let's see how much you studied. I think it's in 2 Kings 22. His name was Micaiah.
Uh-huh.
So I named my son Micaiah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So because he's your favorite, you said king or prophet?
Prophet.
Prophet in the Bible, you named him after.
Yeah.
Micaiah.
Micaiah is actually a unisex name.
Mm-hmm.
So my first child, I knew it was gonna be a boy. So I only bought boys' clothes and I only had a boy's name, and the name I had was Micaiah.
Yeah.
But the Micaiah in the Bible, that's a lady. She's not that. There's nothing memorable about her, and I don't think she's too nice. But then again, none of the ladies are for real in the Bible. Yeah. So I saved that name until I had a son.
Okay, so you had a daughter first?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? And what's her name? Or how did you come up with her name?
So I really liked the story about Abigail.
Okay, so you said that you named your daughter Abigail because of the story of Abigail and Nabal. Nabal? Nabal.
Yeah.
Meaning fool. I love that story. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were naming your children, it seems like you took a spiritual approach. Were there any other contenders that were either in the Bible or not in the Bible? Because you said for your son there wasn't.
I have my second daughter. Her name is Grace.
Okay.
I named her Grace just because I felt like I don't deserve another healthy daughter.
So that's very symbolic for you. Huh. Do you think that their names will play a part in their personalities? Does it seem like it already?
No.
No? What about
I think so.
growing up? What do you think? Like when they're older, do you think that Grace will be like a kind, giving person or like very forgiving? Do you think that Abigail is going to be like have the qualities of Abigail in the Bible?
No. Not particularly because I'm naming that. I think that they grow up to be who they're going to be, and I think that with our names, we make our names more than our names make us.
That was good. That's good.
I don't know if that's true, but
this is my niche of research. So there are two different fields of study, or I guess two different camps in this conversation. That's like normative determinism. So one, your name can shape how people treat you, and then that can shape your life, like the outcomes and the opportunities you're given. Absolutely. And then also it's like your name is your name and you make your decisions based on that. Your name did not change. the life outcome that you're having. Other situational factors might have done that though.
I think it's interesting. Like Abigail and Grace are both popular names. Like
Yeah.
it's really funny that their best friend, her name is Abigail Grace.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're very popular names. Did you think about like a first middle name combo when you were naming your kids?
Well, so my Abigail is Abigail Iman. Because that's her mom's sister's middle name.
Okay. Do you know what that
And no.
Okay.
Grace is Grace Zipporah.
From the Bible.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking about that.
She's not, I mean, it's not a common middle name, so she definitely stands out.
Yeah. And then Micaiah is Micaiah Jonathan, which is my middle name.
Okay, so lineage.
Yeah.
So we have a bit of historical, a bit of spiritual.
Yeah.
And like inspired names. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so my mom would read her Bible every year. So
Like the whole thing.
yeah, she read the whole thing every year, and we talk about it every day. But like she like every year she read it, and it would be like it was a brand new book every year, because based upon her experiences, she'd see something else, and then I'd see something else, and we'd argue about it. And she'd be like, "Man, I don't know you're crazy, man." And then she'd see it, and they'd be like, "Oh, I apologize."
Oh. Do you know one of the revelations that she had?
No.
Nah. Okay.
I can't remember, but she was real. That was our constant conversation.
The Bible.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. My mom and I talk about it some, but not to that extent. And I don't know that she has read the full Bible, much less every year.
Yes. I think she's been doing it since she was 16. So I think she read it like at least 16 times.
Oh. And it's amazing that she gets something different each time. Back to your childhood. What did your parents call you when you were in trouble?
So when I wasn't in trouble, I was Dan. When I was in trouble, I was Daniel Holder.
First and last.
First and last.
Okay.
If I was really in trouble, like if I stabbed somebody, which I didn't stab anyone much, I was Daniel Jonathan Holder.
You said much?
I'm just joking.
Let's do the statute of limitations before we release this. Okay, so first, middle, last. If it was absolutely extreme.
If I hear my first, middle, and last name called, I'm probably about to leave. I don't. Yeah. There's no need for me to answer.
You don't need to walk into trouble.
I'm about to be dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I was Shay. That's Shay and Shay. But when I was in trouble, I was Shanae. So yeah, you were Dan until it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah, okay. And I'm like, Dan's kind of like a really it's a cute boy nickname. Like, and I be telling people like, nah, man, I was born with a mustache. I was born with a whole beard. Like, now it's like all the people that call me Dan are dead. So it's like, no, I was born with a beard. I was Abraham Lincoln out here.
Yeah. So there's no one to call you Dan anymore.
Nah.
Aw. Okay. So you are Daniel now, full grown man.
Yeah.
Father. Adult. Okay.
I've actually changed Daniel to Dad.
That's cute. That's very cute. I have a new title for the episode. Um, is there anything else you would like to share about your name?
Um,
Any story you didn't get to tell?
I don't. So my brother's name is Nathaniel.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in trouble, like
Mm-hmm.
we get called Daniel and Nathaniel Holder. But I know when they called Daniel and Nathaniel Holder that I could talk my way out of it and blame on him.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
That makes sense. Do you have any other siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister named Hadassah. She's in med school at Meharry. I have another sister named Candace. She's in North Carolina.
Meharry is what you said?
Yes.
Is that from the Bible as well?
No, her name is Hadassah. That's Esther's name. She's in med school at Meharry.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's a place. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back on track.
And
Okay.
the other one's Candace, which is the name of the Queen of Sheba.
I didn't know that either. I always thought Candace was a cool name, but I never knew where it came from. So
Yeah.
that's good to know.
I think that's who Song of Solomon was about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, go Candace. All right, girl. You got a whole book after you.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That is my final question. Thank you so much. This was great.
Well, I'd like to apologize for taking you off topic. And also, I'm not that sorry because I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Given
Yeah.
the opportunity.
This is the storytelling podcast. Yeah. Every story is on topic. Well, that's where we conclude for now. Tune in next week, Monday around noon, and find another episode of the Given Name podcast. If you would like to be a guest or have questions that you want to add to Given Name podcast, please @ me on Threads or DM me on Instagram at awkward_PhD. Thank you so much to our guests. You can find their info in the show notes. Take care, y'all, and be safe.